Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be discussing some things that I found in the Halloween update that directly allude to the wild seas and its development, so I figured that would be interesting. But then also, if you'd like to help me in future videos, like I'm going to be making an iceberg video about Wild West topics, and then also some fan created loadouts, go to my Discord. I'm going to have a suggestions channel, and you can put some things in there to help me out. But let's get right into it. Before we get into anything related to these notes in the wild seas, I'd like to clarify that this Halloween update, while there is barely, there's not a lot of content, not a lot of new content at least. There's a lot of recycled stuff. It's because there was one dev who worked on this update and put it out themselves, and that was Kazuhira. So big shout out to him. There wasn't even gonna be any Halloween update at all, but Kaz decided that he would model these guns and create the animations for them, as well as bring back some old things and make a little bit of stuff to throw in here for you guys. So big shout out to him, because there would be nothing without him. Here, we can read this first one here. Now these all correlate to the wild seas, by the way. As you may have pieced together, the wild seas is still lost at sea, or is it? The world may never know the fate and endeavor of its crew, but at least you get a cool shotgun, right? May this be a lesson to all sailors that not every expedition reaches its destination. That is just pretty much stating that the wild seas is kind of on delay, if not canceled entirely. There's a lot of external factors to this. Obviously Sky has left the team and pretty much left social media as a whole, as well as Tyrage's recent decline in activity, as well as his decline in working on the project. And then eventually he's pretty much just stopped working on everything entirely, is what we've heard in recent things via the Star Wars Discord. But this next one downstairs here is probably the biggest piece of evidence about Tyrage, actually. So this is kind of in the lore of a piratey scenario, but it says that their captain was nowhere to be found when they were looking for orders. And I believe this is in reference to the Starboard team as a whole, as Tyrage has been pretty much MIA. And we've seen that in recent people talking about this in the Discord, especially Kazuhira has made statements about this, that Tyrage really hasn't been working on the project for a long time now. And I think this has put a damper on things, because just the leader, the spearhead of the group is missing. And I think that's created a lot of problems. And I think it's a really creative way to mention this to the community through these notes. And so I figured I would do a deeper analysis of these. But this one right here, this is kind of talking about their motives for starting the wild seas, and that it would be a fresh start for their hardworking crew, aka the team, and mighty treasure, of course, as it would be a lucrative game. But they never really would have expected how it would have been a grueling, years-long journey. I guess they weren't really hitting their marks, and nothing was getting done, or something was going wrong with the team, and also COVID struck. So those are just some reasons as to why I believe the wild seas didn't really pan out. And I think that Kazuhira, when he was making this update all by himself, decided that he was going to slip a little things in here and there to kind of reference the situation. And I feel like I should fill everybody in on that, just because a lot of people don't know about some of the things that go on behind the scenes. In conclusion, I think the Wild Seas, among other projects for Starboard Studios, was going to be kind of an escape from working on the same game for 4 years, and all the struggles that's come along with that. Sadly though, COVID, among other things, like team members leaving or just being absent or MIA, has led to a decline in any progress at all in the Wild Seas. And I'm not sure if they're gonna cancel the project, or if any of these letters mean that it's canceled officially. But hopefully sometime in the near future, or ever, we'll be able to see some sort of prototype or the Wild Seas itself. That would be pretty cool. But for now, thank you to Kazuhira for making Halloween possible this year, pretty much all by himself. Good job, honestly. I think the weapons are awesome. I know it was probably impossible to make a lot of content, but I think you did a good job in what you actually did. So thank you. All right, guys, that's all I got. Peace.